Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. We got one more game.
Oh, man. You put this out there on Twitter. There's going to be so many damn people taking screenshots and saving it, and that I can't wait to bash Mike if this thing doesn't happen. Cold takes.
Yeah, I was about to say cold takes. I'm ready to be showcased on that damn man's feed. He's got me about 6 times already. I'm number 7. I'm ready for it.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that happens? Oh my God. Lane, I tell you what, that'd be awesome.
You're falling out of your chair, Shay. We got one more huge game to get to. Arkansas at Georgia. What a showcase game here. Some damn reason. It's noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central on ESPN. Last year, Georgia won 37-10. Of course, this is a completely different Arkansas team. Number 8, Arkansas. Number 2, Georgia. The Bulldogs favored by 18.5 in Athens. The over-under, 48.5 points. Who do you like in the matchup, Shane?
Damn, I'm telling you what, no respect. No respect for either one of these teams. You look at Arkansas with the point spread. You look at the 12 o'clock. I refreshed my phone. I was like, there's no way this thing's at noon. No, it's at noon, okay? Because you thought some of these other games are more exciting. That one blows my mind, especially coming off the A&M. It seems like if you got to flex, now's the time to do it. But no, they just feel that Georgia is going to steamroll Arkansas. I mean, let's face it, Mike. That's what they think. They think nobody can score or even move the ball against the Georgia Bulldogs and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Even though they beat Texas A&M, even though they beat a ranked Texas, they do not deserve to be on the same field as the Georgia Bulldogs. And they're right, man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you what, Arkansas is probably very excited that I'm thinking this way, but I've seen all the stats. Mike, everybody saying, oh, well, look who Georgia's played, what their offenses are ranked, blah, blah, blah. Well, the reason they're ranked so bad is because they got their ass kicked by the Bulldogs, man. This is a legit defense. This ain't Texas A&M. Texas A&M's got some good defense, don't get me wrong, but Georgia is playing it. They aren't just talent loaded. They are restrictive and constrictive. I'm telling you, man, they will take the life out of an offense. And guess what? They got talent on the other side of the ball. Arkansas, don't get me wrong, fantastic story. I love it. I'm rooting for you. Don't get me wrong. Arkansas is like I guess it's my sweetheart in the West, if you will, because I think Arkansas and Tennessee the same at some point. Not anymore, because Arkansas is actually doing something about it. I love Coach Pittman. I love everything. I love Coach Odom. I love the stuff that they're doing there. I love what they're making of the talent they have. But I'm watching this A&M game, Mike, and if a couple things would have went the other way, it wouldn't have been a ball game. And when you saw a couple of key players go down, you saw this thing start to get a little bit tighter. And that's what concerns me, is that Arkansas is good. Arkansas playing with heart right now. They think they can beat anybody. But Georgia is just too damn deep. And I think that's what happens here. Now, if these guys would have played week 1, yeah, we could have seen an upset. But we're not going to see it this week. I like Georgia. However, I will tell you this. I did have Arkansas getting the points here. So, Georgia.
After all that trash.
All that trash. Well, I got Arkansas scoring 13 points, Mike. It's not like I'm having them score that many. But I say they move the ball at times, but it's just if Georgia showed me anything, it's just tough to get in the end zone with these guys. So, Georgia 31, Arkansas 13.
Just add another doubter to the Arkansas Razorback list. You know that there's that meme of that guy writing down the list. That's what I'm doing right now to Cousin Shane. He's added to my list. I think he's just pissed off because the Arkansas Razorbacks snapped his lock of the week last week in impressive fashion. And I just love it, Shane. When they beat A&M. Well, hell, A&M, they were overrated. Beat Texas. Oh, hell, they were overrated. They go into Athens, they whoop Georgia's ass. Everybody will say, well, the Bulldogs were overrated. Kirby can't coach. Oh, they got 95 stars. That's not enough. Kirby is 3-0 at home against top 10 opponents all time. Arkansas has not allowed a single point in the first quarter of a game this season. We got to get that same passion and fire from the Razorbacks. It's got to be a low-scoring game, I really do think, and it probably will be because Georgia themselves obviously has got. It certainly sounds like you think they got the best defense in the country. I think they got the best defense in the country, and that's with all due respect to Arkansas, who's playing incredibly light. Arkansas may have the second best defense in the country, but they just don't got a Jordan Davis in there. You know what I mean? And it's not just Jordan Davis. He's just surrounded with guys. They go about 10 deep on that defensive line, and they go about 8 deep on that linebacking core. So there's a lot to love about this Georgia defense. I am concerned, though, Shane, about this lat injury that JT Daniels has, because depending on how severe that is, he may not be able to throw the ball down the field. And I think that's the biggest advantage Georgia potentially has in this matchup, is pushing the ball down the field. There were plays to be made in the Texas game. There were plays to be made in the A&M game, but those quarterbacks could not connect on it. And we've seen JT Daniels, he will hit you over the top. Hell, even the backup, Stetson Bennett, at times is able to, I'm thinking of that UAB game in particular, he's able to hit over the top. But this is going to be an epic showdown. I think Sam Pittman and company are going to have more success against Georgia's defensive front than anybody we've seen this season, and probably will the rest of the year, because Arkansas's offensive line is just playing that well. And, everyone wants to hype up Georgia's defense, but I don't hear enough people hyping up Arkansas's offense, in particular KJ Jefferson. I was singing it from the rooftops, trying to tell everybody that he is legit. He's going to get it done, and now he has. And it sounds like he's going to be fine for this matchup, so that'll be something to see. But I do think you kind of hit on, the perfect analogy here. Arkansas, 1 or 2 players away from that A&M game. I mean, Arkansas's they're on cloud 9 right now, but if they're being honest with themselves, when KJ Jefferson went out of that ball game, it was that, oh no, here we go again feeling.
Yeah.
Of course, this is a different Arkansas. They held on, they got the job done because they just totally made A&M irrelevant on the offensive side of the ball. But it's just a completely different story when you're going up against the Georgia Bulldogs that are so deep across the board. And whereas Arkansas, what happens if Treylon Burks is a little limited? I hope he's not. Mm-hmm. But if he's limited, we just don't got another guy like him on the roster. Right. So I don't know. I want to pick the Razorbacks so bad, Shane, and I've been struggling trying to come up with ways to pick them. But I just think that Georgia is the best team. I've been saying it, and it's come true, I think, not only in the SEC, but the best team in the country, them Georgia Bulldogs. So I'm a little bit closer than you, Shane. Georgia, 28, Arkansas, 17. And I think, the Razorbacks are going to put up a good fight. I just think here in the fourth quarter, the Bulldogs will separate from the Razorbacks. And I know I probably just broke a lot of hearts here because I'm the guy driving the bus. I've been the guy picking a lot of these Arkansas upsets. But I'll make a prediction here. If I'm wrong, and I certainly could be, because I think Arkansas is the hottest team in the country right now.
Yeah.
You think that Ole Miss prediction was hot. If Arkansas goes into Georgia and wins in Athens, I think Arkansas is going to win the national championship. Because I don't think there's going to be a tougher test, including Alabama. Hell, I just said I think Alabama's overrated. If you're that good, you can go into Georgia and beat the Bulldogs. I don't know if there's anyone that stands in your way. So, hey, it is what it is, man. I think Arkansas, if they prove that, they've proven everything to me.
That's what I tell you. Arkansas fans are just like, what do we got to do? What do we got to do? Right. Everybody said you should beat Texas. They're ranked. They're just so much better than you, and you beat them. Then it's like, yeah, but that's not A&M. Come on, that ain't A&M, right? And then all of a sudden they smoked them, and now it's like, Yeah, but what about them Georgia Bulldogs? What do you need? So I feel bad for it, man. If I was 8th ranked team, who cares? Who cares what we think, Mike? I mean, come on. You're the eighth ranked team in the entire country. Think about where you were 3 years ago. Just think about it for a second. Even if you do lose this game, you should still be on cloud 9 because trust me, guys, there is a lot of teams that would kill for a top 10 program. All right. So I think there's a lot to be happy about, but who knows? they may prove it to us. I'll tell you this right now. Like you said, if Arkansas wins this game, I ain't ever picking against them again.